Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Chuck, KK6USY for Ham Radio Adventures. Alright, I'm going to be the first one to say this. Well, actually no, my wife was. But I didn't need another radio. But I wanted one. I wanted something a little bit newer, something that I'd never messed with before, and there's been some pretty nice radios come out here recently. The 705, the FTDX10, and even that Xiegu X6100. So I purchased one. So stick with me. I'll show you at the end of the video what I bought. But before that, I'm going to show you a build, super easy build, of the box that I'm going to carry it in to protect it when I'm traveling, four-wheel driving, whatever. So stick with me. Okay guys, we're going to build a box. It's going to be a pretty quick build. One, maybe two holes drilled into it for now. I haven't totally decided exactly what I'm going to do for sure for the whole build of the box. But for now, it's just going to be something to carry my new radio in to keep it safe so it doesn't get broke when I'm off-roading. If I'm on the Rubicon Trail or whatever, wherever off-road. So let's go through with the build, and I'm gonna hurry through it. Like I said, there's not much to it, and then I'll show you what I bought, what I think of it so far. I've had it for about 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, and just my feelings so far. All right, let's build this box. All right, so here's the box. This is a Harbor Freight 2800, and just so you guys know, everything that I show in the video will be in the comment section below, and I'll leave links to all that. I am affiliate, so if you decide to buy from the Amazon affiliates, it actually helps the channel out, but you don't have to. But if you want to, please do. Okay, so here's the box. It's got the sticker on there. That's extra 2 or 3 dB right there. All right, let's turn this around and see what's inside. Oh, and here we go. Oh, you guys thought I was going to show you the radio, huh? Well, I will, but not yet. Okay. So first of all, I like to use one of these. You can put this anywhere in line. That's a choke. You can put it on the you can put it on the mast and tie it to the mast, which actually helps strengthen the mast just a little bit at the top, or put it somewhere in line. I like to put it somewhere in line to keep the top light. Portable use, I'm going to use a pretty light mast. Here's one of my favorite antennas right here. This is some people call it a speaker wire antenna. Mine's not made out of speaker wire. It's It's made out of the silicone wire, which I really like. It's 26 gauge. Now this is going to be one of the coolest antennas you guys are going to be able to buy pretty soon. This is called the Cartenna. The guys on Coffee and Ham Radios and I, we've designed this to be a pretty cool antenna. I think you guys will really like it. It's very versatile. We're actually going to be able to build multiple antennas off the same wire winder. It's pretty cool. You guys are going to like it. It'll be available pretty soon. Okay, this is my solar controller for my 60-watt solar controller. It is from doityourselfsolar.com or doityourselfsolarforyou.com. Excuse me. Now this guy's a ham, so being a quiet controller was important to him, and this is a MPPT, which is the better of the two types of solar charge controllers. More efficient, especially your cheaper ones. Okay, if that's true, who knows? But pretty good, and it's quiet. They also sell a toroid with it, which I did also buy, just don't have it there. Now, the other thing I have in here, this is a RG316. It's a cable I made up. It's 25 or 30 feet, I forget. I think it's 30, usually enough, but I always carry extra. Okay, this is a bag of adapters for different, hooking different coaxes together and changing from BNC to PL259s, whatever. Okay. Now this goes with the antenna tuner that I purchased for this. I purchased it used from Jim, FEP Labs. Check him out. Got a good channel. Especially be careful though; he'll get you to try to buy stuff. But the red end goes into a Yaesu radio, and the black end goes into the actual antenna tuner, and I'm able to my A57 and my 991A both work on this. Okay, so it gives me an optional tuner for both those radios, and then this is just another cable that it came with. Now inside the tuner, this one actually came with the battery pack. It has 8 AA's, kind of heavy, but I don't need any extra power for it. And this will do 125 watts. Now they say on LDG site it says 125 SSB and CW, and then 30 watts digital in RTTY. Now I've seen other people say 30 watts on CW also. It doesn't really matter. It'll do 125 and does multiple radio. It'll do pretty much any radio. Some it actually goes together with. So the tune buttons will work with them. All right, here we go now. So you guys may have guessed this if you're the Eagle Eye guys, but there it is. I bought a 705. My first Icom. I like it. It's a cool little radio. Here's the speaker mic that came with it. This is a 3 amp hour Bioenno. This is what I've always used with my my KX2, and it's worked good. And then I always have the backup battery in the radios. So both radios have backups. This one only does 5 watts with the stock radio. And then this is just a key for this bracket. And this is what may have given it away. Here's a power cord. Okay. Let me turn this around. Now, the reason I mounted this on the side of this box is because with this tuner that I have, it didn't fit in the front of the box. But in the future, if I do buy a QRP, say like the MAT or the new ATU 10, which replaced the 100 for QRP radios, it'll fit in the front, and I'll probably move it to there. But what's cool about this, now watch this, is I can tilt this thing up like that, control the radio just like that if I want to, or if I want it higher, hard to do. I just tightened it up because the things get a little tight, and it's a little tighter than it usually is. But I can raise it up like that also. Now there's Allen heads in here, and that's what the little Allen wrench is for. I just tightened them up pretty tight. They kind of work loose, and eventually I might put some Loctite on so they stay in the position that they're best at. All right, so that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, I can move this to the front if I want to. And just so all you guys know, all the weight of this radio is riding on the bottom of the box. I mounted this a little bit lower than the front one would be. The front one is up, but it still will bend back far enough to where all the weight rides on the back of the radio on this piece of foam. That's it, guys. let me wrap this up. Okay, guys, I told you that was a pretty simple build. Now, I've with the tuner that I have right now, I had to put the 705 onto the side to fit everything because of the size of that tuner. But later on, I may buy a smaller tuner. I'm not sure which one. Maybe the matte tuner that they make for it, or they just came out with a instead of the ATU 100, they came out with an ATU 10, and it's made specifically for QRP radios. In that case, I still have the hole in the front, and I can move the bracket over to the front of it and then work from the front of the radio. I'll have enough room to put that tuner in there. Well, so far, I really like the 705. I pretty much knew I would like it. It has a beautiful screen. I would say maybe not the best screen in the market, but I do like the way it's laid out and how it works. I like a few of the functions on the radio. The SWR sweep is kind of cool. There are a few things I don't like about it. I've never owned a shack in the box, as we call, shack in the box, that didn't have two antenna ports. I don't know. The radio's big enough. I'm sure. I mean, it's not a small radio for a QRP radio, really, and it's not light. But I think there was room that they could have put a second port on here, especially with BNCs. It just, now you have to use a duplex or a triplex or something like that, and that's just more stuff to carry, which in the QRP, to me, in a QRP radio, I'm trying to keep things down. I would probably still, I mean, I've seen reviews where this thing is like the best shack in the box. I don't know about that either. I really do like my 991A, and for most parks on the air, that's what I'm going to take because it's 100 watts. But now the reason that I bought the tuner that I bought is a couple things. First of all, it works on multiple radios. It came with the Yaesu hookup, so I can use it on my 857 and my 991. It's 100 watt. It's a 100-watt tuner, so that was good for those two radios. And it also covers down to the QRP range also, so it covers the 705. I do like how the 705 integrates with it. Very simple cord. I'll do a video on that later. What else? I mean, like a lot of people, and it doesn't really matter now because they didn't do it, but I would have preferred, given the size of the radio, that it did come with the internal tuner, at least as a option, like Elecraft did. I didn't quite understand Elecraft's reasoning for that, but I understand it now more, that some people just don't want a tuner, and that's fine. But if you have, I mean, I know ICOM makes a tuner for it now. It's really expensive. By the time you add that, you're almost $1,700 for the radio. Now, I will say that I bought this radio for quite a bit less because it was a refurbished model. What I think is it was used in a Kids on the Air back in Milwaukee area, and that's where it came from, HRO. And if you're interested, check out HRO for their B radio on the 705. It's brand new. There's nothing wrong with it. I will say that I was missing. It came with power poles on the connector, which I thought was, oh, that's cool. I don't have to put those on. Well, they weren't installed very well, and for some reason my fuses were blown. It took me a while to find fuses. It didn't come with the spare fuses like it was supposed to. It didn't come with the. It also didn't come with that little ring that holds the mic cord up. But I would probably never use that anyhow, so I don't really care. All in all, I think it's a nice little radio. I may or may not keep it. Probably will. I don't get rid of radios very often, so ask my wife. She'll tell you that. So this is Chuck, KK6USY for Ham Radio Adventures. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. And also, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Hit the all button. That way you'll get all my future videos. 73's all. Hope to catch you on the airwaves. This is Chuck, KK6USY for Ham Radio Adventures.